if I have time. It's Monday's the last class.
Well, I have a...
Hi.
Hi. How are you?
Hello.
Thank you for joining us. Oh my goodness. Hi, friends. In the comments, say hello so we know who's here that we're hollering at.
And it's a very kind of overcast day here in Portland. So I think we're sitting in the best lit place in my...
This is pretty good lighting.
But it's a little overcast.
Yeah.
So how's everybody doing out there?
Yeah. Oh, welcome to the ShannaJean Show. What? So
we are so legit.
We're so excited about. They're not sun bleached. Had asterisk yes.
Yeah.
Yet, but yeah. Thanks, Kimberly, for your outstanding work. Super appreciate it. Let's be real careful with that.
Yeah.
Yes. Put that right back.
Let's put them on top of some knitting or something so they don't get all jacked up.
Welcome to the ShannaJean Show. We're so happy you're here.
Number 11.
Oh, it's a good number.
We also just recently organized the all of the ShannaJean shows. So there's a playlist that is linked in my Instagram and will be linked in Laura Jean's as soon as we set it up. As soon as I set it up.
Yeah.
And so you can catch up on the old ones if you haven't seen before. And yeah, we're getting legit for 2020.
Can't even say it with a straight face.
I can't. Opposite day.
Yeah. Should we just dig in?
Yeah. So real quickly, tomorrow's our birthday.
We shared a birthday.
Yeah. And we just traded birthday presents. And so we're super happy. We got each other really great things.
Best presents.
It's like, I feel like it's so much easier to shop for you than for like Stefan.
I just
buy you
two.
Yeah. I buy you what I want.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I love buying stuff for myself. So
right?
It's so easy.
It's so perfect. Yeah. So we both got each other really great things and we want to be playing with them.
Yeah. This is embarrassing, but I think I have everything I gave you.
Yeah. I'm not surprised. Yeah.
But you kind of did the same. So.
I kind of did the same. Yeah. I do want to show them these beautiful cards.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
So this is one of the Laura Jean got us each one of these from Ritual Dye.
Yeah.
Oh, Patty's in.
Aloha, Patty Cakes. Yeah, I got some pin bling from Shannon.
And yeah, these really lovely tarot cards.
These were in my stories the other day. Yeah. They're so beautiful and everything.
Yeah, they're gorgeous.
I just really like them.
So yeah, can't wait to play with those.
Yeah.
Yay.
Did you put the cards in order?
Yeah, kind of. Yeah, ish.
See what we're going to talk about next.
The first topic of the day is
oh my gosh.
Let me see if I can get it to fill the screen. So and see it fade out.
Ooh.
What's on our needles?
High tech. I have so many things. Can I go first?
Yeah, totally. Let me grab the hat.
So usually I'm in a sewing flow, but it's been knitting and
sew flow.
Yeah, it's been knitting nonstop. So I made Shannon the She Said hats, her pattern, in Spectre Specs on Aran Shimmer, available in the shop.
And Spectre Specs is like my current favorite.
Jam. Yeah. So, and to be fair, this is also Spectre Spec. Gosh, you can't really see
It's hard to see.
Yeah, but it's super neon-y versus that's a little bit softer. So it does have a range. Okay, so I did that. I'll show you guys that in a minute. I got the box of light from String Theory and Glen Ellen. Jen, it's amazing. And so I'm working on this. It's a hot mess, but there's 3 colors at a time. And it's helical. Is that right? Stripes. And so working around that, and it's very soothing.
Nice.
It's real pretty. It's very good. So it's a nice, I tend to only do mindless knits, but it qualifies. I've been doing a lot of swatching.
Right.
But it's so awesome to see how the fabric changes with each gauge, right?
And like even just holding it up and seeing how it like bows out at the bottom.
Yeah.
With the bigger gauge right here.
This is bonkers. But Yeah, so a lot of swatching.
And what is the Sharon Lord jean?
That's the Aran Shimmer, and it's a limited run yarn base. My distributor that I love was testing on a few different yarns to what to bring in, and that was one of them. And I said, yes, please, I'll have that.
And that's what this hat is too.
Yeah. So I only have what I have, and that's it. So it's in the shop on sale. And if there's a color you want, like we didn't dye any variegated ready to ship, you can order naked and in the comments tell me what color you want. So I did up Dusty Sophisticate, and it's like this rose gold.
So pretty.
I mean, it's not rose gold, but it's just this dusty.
It's just
there's a little bit of a pink to it.
It's like beige plus.
Yeah.
You know? and on this base, the base is so shimmery, so it's so good.
Yeah, it's 90% superwash merino and 10% silk, made cheap to scale in the US. So this is gonna be a sweater from Telly Bee Knits. I think it's like Simple Edition, maybe.
Yeah, I think that's what's called.
So I swatched for it. I don't know where my swatch is.
I know I saw it.
Yeah. Anyways, I swatched for it, just this wee thing, and it totally
Oh, here it
worked.
is.
Oh, it's so wee. I couldn't find it. I used because this is what I had at home. I used a little bit from that hat. Yeah. So that's where I'm gonna go. I think January 1st.
Nice. For the cast on party?
Yeah, that might be
Nice.
my cast on. Okay, sorry. I'm totally hugging what's on my needles. But this is the other one.
You've just been knitting
I know.
knitting up a storm.
Can't stop, won't stop. I think it's just simple ribbed hat from Monostel, Uruguay.
Ooh, extra bag.
And it reminds me, this pattern reminded me of a hat Eric has from his Nana, and it's so special to him. So when I saw this at TNNA, they had yarn in the sample out. I was like, okay, I'll make my kids something because I never make them anything. So this is Eli's that I'm working on, and they've all seen it, and they all helped me very enthusiastically cake the yarn.
Oh, do they know you're making them for them? Too?
Yeah.
That's super sweet.
Yeah. So,
And look at the stitch marker she's using.
I
It's
know,
one of
'cause
Maria's.
it's so perfect.
And it's a hat.
with a little heart. Yeah. So I've been knitting.
And that, are you going to wait until show that?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So I am at my house, but I did not grab the socks I've made for my kids for Christmas.
Oh, do you want to show mine?
I made some socks for her. Yeah. So I've been making, obviously making lots of socks. So I did 2 pairs for Laura Jean for her birthday, for our birthday. One in ends of Eliza Frunk with the glow up rainbow.
The most scrap-tastic.
It's so scrap-tastic. Yeah. And I ran out of green here, so I added a different green. It's super fun. And then the other, while I was at my folks' place for Thanksgiving, I finally tackled making a sock out of a sock tube.
Because we got those made last year
In January.
It was in the
first-
holiday market.
I feel like I think the receipt said January, so it
Okay.
might have been the cast on party.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because this is the January colorway from Herstory.
Right, yeah.
So so I made her a pair in Goddess, which is from Herstory last
Beyonce.
year, and oh my god, what's this color called? The pink.
Liberally Bleeding
Yes,
Heart.
Liberally Bleeding Heart and Prussian Blue. So yeah, super fun. And then I've also just been making other socks, of course.
I was like, why is my knitting bag up there? Because we have matching knitting bags. Because we're those people.
From Maria.
From
Surprise,
Maria.
surprise.
Yeah.
So this is Mermaid in the shade, I think. Is that right? It's one of the mermaid colors.
Yes, it is.
With raspberry milkshake for
Those are really cute.
heels. And then the second one is going to also have a raspberry milkshake toe.
Oh, nice.
I finished
Are
with their
those
first
for
step in. Well, me or you. You might see him next year on your birthday. And then I also finished a PDQ sock, which is from the sock collection I released this summer in LYS Giggles.
That's really fun.
I know, it's not pretty. Yeah. So yeah,
Nice work.
that's mostly what I've been working on is socks. And I made Astrid a hat for Christmas.
Mhm.
I made both girls' socks for Christmas, and I blocked a bunch of socks this week. And the socks I made for Astrid were sitting, and out of all, there were like 48 pairs of socks on my blocking
So
thing.
many.
And Astrid was like, I like these ones. And they're the ones I made for her.
That's
So,
amazing.
mhm.
That feels good.
Yeah, it feels good. And the hat that I made for her, she really wants. And I told her it wasn't for her. I told her it was a sample for design. So she's
Brutal.
Yeah.
Brutal. That's amazing.
Great mom.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's mostly what I've been doing. And then I did just finish the third pattern for ShannaJean.
Ooh, yeah.
The sample for it. I just blocked it yesterday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Looks
So,
good too.
yeah, it's real exciting. I'll share a little sneak peek
Yeah.
for all y'all.
Yeah.
And so that is what's on our needles,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So the next segment is what's in our briefcases. Look at that. Perfect. We have a lot of stuff in our briefcases.
Okay, yeah.
I feel like
I forgot what we were talking
Yeah. So one of the big things, I think the first thing we should talk about is ShannaJean.
Yeah.
The ShannaJean Club is our taking up a lot of our briefcase space right now.
Yes.
And we debuted it about a month ago.
Mm-hmm. Right after the ShannaJean Show in November, which is why we didn't super talk about it.
Yeah. And we debuted it with a hat pattern, which is called Bobblepalooza.
This is the one I made.
And it's super fun. And the one I made for Astrid, I don't have it here, but is it's this pattern too. And an intro kit that you can purchase either retail or retail through us or retail through a yarn shop. It's so cute.
It's so cute.
I love that
I
color.
forgot to weave in my ends though.
Yeah.
It's Acadia. It's the light Acadia.
It looks so cute on you. So we are working with yarn shops on this club this year. It's available retail, but it's also, like I said, available through yarn shops, and the yarn shops have colorways that are just for them.
Y'all.
And so this is the first colorway.
So many of our colorways are just so good.
Yeah, Patty knows.
Yeah.
Patty's seen a bunch of them.
That color is called Ms. ShannaJean if you're crafty.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. And then Daydreams and Watercolor is next.
Oh yeah. And should we do a sneak peek of those ones?
Yeah, I want to sneak peek.
Because we have the patterns. The patterns have been done.
Thank you for joining us.
Hi, Michelle. And Patty, who's on.
Yeah.
From Hawaii, knitted up these samples for us. So I'll show you first the sample that the first one I made, and it's in Magical Me and Lavender Menace.
So pretty.
So it's a super fun crescent shawl with garter stitch and yarn overs and some fun patterning at the end. And then these are, this yarn is going to be exclusive to yarn shops.
The
colorway of the variegated. So this is the first one, and this one is Daydreams.
That was, you put me on the spot.
I know. You made it.
I know.
You shone through.
That's good. My brain is not functioning, y'all.
And then the second LYS exclusive colorway is,
I just said it.
I know you did.
Watercolor.
And this is in, the variegated is in Pixie Plaid.
So
for all of these. So it's sparkly, yes. And then the solid is in Sock. And they play super well together.
Yeah. So that's coming out in February. February
1st, it'll be out. Kits for these will be at yarn shops that are listed on the ShannaJean Show, ShannaJean Club website, which is ShannaJean.com. And then if you don't have an LYS, or if LYSs are out of it or whatever, you can also get the yarn directly through Knitted Wit.
Not those colors though.
But the
yarn bases for sure.
Yeah.
So the starter kit is amazing. We're so excited about this. So thanks to Kimberly for this incredibly on-brand graphic for us.
Yes.
So the yarn shops, and you can order all of this from our Etsy shop and ShannaJeanClub.com. Is that what you said?
ShannaJean.com. So you can get to it from there.
You can get to it from there. And you can get all those things there. But if you go to the yarn shop, you can get the bag, the pattern download code, a skein in the Ms. ShannaJean if you're crafty colorway to cast on a hat. So this hat, you'll get the 6 patterns every time they're released. They'll get updated. But some of the swag that you can't get at the yarn shop is A pen. What? It's so freaking cute.
So cute.
I can't take it. A sticker. Mine's on my laptop.
Mine's on my planner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And at the yarn shops, you will get, if they have the kits, you'll get the single one. Oh gosh, this light is just harsh. Ooh, where is it? There it is. With our little logo on it in color. And then the other ones are our favorite things like lipstick.
Which I forgot to put on today.
Glasses. Candy. Books, because we read so much. And a sewing machine.
The sewing machine is the cutest.
It's the cutest. That should be our tattoo.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So they're all designed by
Right
Maria.
here.
A needle runs through it, and her art.
Everything
me
she
every
does
time.
is amazing.
It's magic.
Yeah.
It's magic.
Yeah.
So you can either find this bag with a few other things at your LYS that's participating, or you can get these on our website and we'll ship them out.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have kits in stock.
Yeah. And it's like it's just that perfect bag to be working on your project, you know? It's real sweet. And I've been putting my pins on it.
Yeah, it's great for like a 1 to 3 skein project.
Yeah. Yeah. So
Yay, Michelle. She works with String Theory.
hey,
Excited.
yeah. We love string theory a lot. Something might be in the works.
I know. We might be
So,
seeing you at some point in 2020.
yeah. So ShannaJean has been keeping us real busy.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's took the place of League of Busy Bees for you.
Yeah.
Pattern wise.
Yeah. And Sassy Holidays for you, yarn wise.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we just kind of shifted a few things around, and I think it's a lot of fun.
It's a lot of fun, and the shops are really excited because one of the things that's really important to us is community.
Yes.
And so this is a way to help the shops with their in-store communities too.
Yeah.
And we're
you can go in and take a class, learn some skills,
right? Do some knit-alongs, all that jazz. So
yeah.
And speaking of knit-alongs, we are trying to kind of redouble our efforts on Ravelry.
Yes.
In the Ravelry forum. So there is a ShannaJean Ravelry group. Anyone can join it.
Yeah.
You know, so if you want to be a part of the group and check out and see what's going on, you can do that.
I'm just gonna slide that a little bit that way.
So we can see Astrid's
yes.
countdown to Christmas thing. She made it.
So adorable.
Yeah. There's childcare at the PTO meetings, and so they always do a little craft. So she made that.
You might need to make one.
Yeah, she should. Yeah.
Also, Facebook owner is garbage.
Garbage.
So
total garbage.
Yeah,
I'm trying to move away from that.
Yeah, I need to just start the habit of once in the morning in my social media circuit check in. I put a bunch of my stash in Ravelry.
Nice.
And then I was like, oh, I can't get the light anymore.
Yeah.
So I did at least organize everything and put it all away. But next is actually putting in my projects. And,
right? Yeah, you got to get on the share your hat.
Yeah. I know. And I've been knitting so many things. I need to put them in there.
Yeah. Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's mostly what we've been working on.
Yeah.
We also have, I'm like, is Bowie chewing on my plant? He gets real grumpy when people walk by. So he's on high alert right now. We also have a trunk show at a local-ish shop in Chehalis, Washington, which is right up the road from us.
Yeah. We're excited.
Yeah, on the 13th. It's called You and I. And
the 14th.
The 14th.
Yeah.
Is it Sunday?
Saturday. Because our birthday's on a Saturday.
Oh, yeah. Sorry. It's, it's sometime between the 12th and the 17th. No, it's the 14th. And You and I is this great shop. They have, the owners have sheep. Mm-hmm. And they make the most amazing sheep's milk cheese. Mm-hmm. And they make this cheesecake.
I super hope
that is to die for. So we're super hoping it's there.
Okay, let me tell you a few other things about Chehalis. It smells like mint. Yeah. Because they have a mint factory there. And you can get like those melt away mints.
Like the ones they have at weddings and stuff?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, at numerous shops. They have a fantastic bookstore. They have a fabric store if you are a quilter or like sewing garments.
Did you get this?
Yes,
there?
I did.
Yeah.
Because when they buy fabric, they buy the whole freaking line. They don't buy like 3 things. You walk in and it is just like boom. Like I've never seen so many bolts of fabric in that small of a space. They had Kathy Fassett come and teach.
And it's like the town is not.
No,
it's not a
big.
large town.
No, not at all. Okay, another thing, they have a really great bakery.
Oh my gosh!
And so I always stop.
We're going early and staying late.
Yeah, Chehalis is one of my favorite places to stop in.
I've only been there
antique
on the bus trip.
Yeah. They have antique stores. I got my prom dress at one of the antique stores because my grandparents used to live there.
That's amazing.
Yeah. Yeah. They have a good
So we're going to have
farmers
new
market in
prom
the summer.
dresses.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Well, I can never. Oh my God. It was so freaking small. I had to like.
Hold your breath.
Yeah. It was awful. Yeah, no, I'm super excited. And then I was like, hey, Shan, you want to drive up to Puyallup and get tattoos?
It's not that far.
It's not.
Right?
It'd be like 45 minutes.
So we might have new tattoos. We might not be home until super late, but it's a Saturday.
Eric's not working Sunday.
Yeah.
We should just go to a hotel.
Yeah, we might not come home. We'll keep you posted.
We'll keep you posted.
Yeah. We should do that.
We should totally do that.
Yeah. Because we could get our Sag tattoos or... Oh, yeah, you want to do that one?
Yeah, I want to do that. I have big plans, y'all.
Yeah.
Anyway. Hey, Liz. Okay, you and I, it's so good. But also...
I feel like that's our rising tidality, maybe.
Right.
And we have a lot of...
We have so many
businesses we love, but
yeah.
But you and I is amazing.
Yeah. So Knitted Wit has 2 other trunk shows happening that weekend. Yarn Folk over in Eastern Washington. I can't remember the town. I'm so sorry. And my apologies. They are going to have Harry Potter in DK, and it was getting labeled today, and I almost walked out with 10 of the skeins. So good. The Birdie Bots is different every single time. Literally every single time. And this time, I was like, do we have to send this?
Can we just dye up some more?
Can I just keep this? Because it kind of looked like Dragon Pox, and it went really good with Spattergroit.
Oh, Spattergroit's like my...
so good.
I mean, these are my 2, I'm going to show y'all my 2 favorite Harry Potter colorways are Spectre Specs and Spattergroit, and I've used both of them more than once.
Yeah.
Things.
Yeah. The other trunk show is down in Eugene at Cozy, and they're also doing Harry Potter in sock.
Oh,
yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
So it's a busy weekend.
Super cute shop too.
Not this weekend, next weekend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The weekend of the 14th,
Mm-hmm.
not 13th.
No.
And not 17th.
No.
So what were we going to talk about? We've kind of talked. So I think just to take note, the things that we're rising, that we, and we're rising tiding everybody we love all the time.
Yeah.
But Needle runs through it.
Yeah.
She has the most amazing things for crafty people. So
And
if
she's
you
just one
still
of the
need holiday
best people.
Oh my God, I love her so much.
on
Yeah.
it.
Yeah. If you need things for like stocking stuffers or, need ideas for small or big things for holidays, go to her.
Oh my gosh, did you see those sweaters that you can color in?
What? Yeah, she made these. She does the laser cut, the laser cut wood. And so she made these little ornaments that you can color.
Yeah.
And they're so cute.
They're so cute.
They're so cute.
All those tiny baby sweaters everybody's knitting?
Yeah.
Out of like 24 yards. She's all, I think I might laser cut some hangers.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. I can't wait to see those. She, and then also the yarn shops. Of course, your local yarn shop.
Yeah.
Please
Support them.
Support them during the holidays. This is the biggest time of the year for them. And, it helps the small business keep going throughout the slow season.
Yeah.
And
then go back in January.
And then go back in January. Seriously, shoot yourself in January.
Right. Also Kimberly, big shout out to Kimberly.
Yeah,
always coming through for us in our ridiculous requests.
And she came through the other day for something that's going to be dropping that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That was
she's
ridiculous.
so fast. Yeah. So we're cooking up some really fun things for 2020.
Yeah. And I think definitely a heavy focus on our relationship with local yarn stores.
Yeah.
I was just reading, this is so nerdy, reading a report about retail and what are trends coming for 2020. And the dual, people want to be able to buy online, but they also want to go in touch and have the experience. Yeah. And we all want that.
Yeah.
You can't.
And you want that personal, you want to know the person you're buying from.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I think I'm always hanging out on Instagram stories, making friends. And I love that. But I'm also just talking to myself and I want to have a conversation.
Yeah.
And so, going in and to a store where we have the common ground of fiber. What else? Right. What else? How else do we see each other?
Yeah. That's amazing. Yeah. Okay. Awesome. Okay. So let's get into it.
Let's do this.
Let's get into it. So today we're not doing anything too heavy.
No,
but just something really interesting that has come up
Yeah. And so
Yeah.
this is a conversation I started in Instagram stories. And I said, I wish I was talking to somebody about this. So I was like, Shannon, we can't talk about it until we're actually here.
Yeah. Because sometimes we hash through everything.
Yeah. And then I'm like,
Yeah.
what are our points? We can't rehearse this.
Why don't we record ourselves?
Yeah. Okay. So in Herstory, we pick a theme for the year. And then we pick 12 women that fall under those categories or that theme. And so this next year is the first women to fill in the blank.
Yeah.
And even in that, we kind of excluded some things because we want to save them for next year. But as we were doing research, so another guideline is limiting it to 3 white women and trying to pull from an international pool. But that can be hard because I'm not always the best Googler. And I only know as much as I know. And a lot of y'all were generous. Oh my God, Maria is texting me the mini hangers. Oh my God,
Stop
she is the
it.
worst. She's the worst and the best. They're
She needs to put it
so
online.
cute.
Let me see.
Okay. She is so terrible. Oh my God. Okay, y'all want to see?
Oh my God, they have a heart on them.
Yeah, this is like, can you even believe that? She's the
Show the picture of the sweaters on them.
Okay. You all are seeing this first because
Hopefully she'll
she's
put them
texted
online
me.
like today.
Yeah, right?
We'll tell her that she needs to. These are so cute. So so as Laura Jean was saying, sometimes you don't, and it's not like the research is all encompassing, right?
Right.
So we as we look, and it's usually Laura Jean and Henna, one of our employees, and me, kind of all looking to try to get like a big list of people that we can narrow it down, from that to 12. You don't get the full story about somebody, right? If you just read if you skim the top of a Wikipedia article, so you don't get way into it.
Yeah.
So sometimes there are problematic things about a person,
right?
That maybe make it so you don't necessarily
the bad outweighs the good. Yeah. So one example from this year is, and this isn't okay. I have 2 examples
from upcoming year or from 2019.
No, for this upcoming year, because I have no memory. Yeah, and I don't remember what we just did.
What in the world is 2019?
So. Yeah, 2019 was super easy to pick, I thought.
Because we were like, we're doing artists and we're picking 12 artist categories.
Yeah.
And so it wasn't that difficult because I think just like if you go to a little mom and pop restaurant and they have a 1-page menu, and then you go to Ponderosa and they have a book. Ponderosa? It used to be, I don't know if it's still around. It was like the steakhouse, cheap ass steakhouse,
the Cheesecake Factory.
Maybe I haven't been there.
Me neither, but
it's like one of those places that has a book, and then you can't even figure out what you got to page.
So one woman that popped up on a list in the Google Doc was Aloha Wonderwell. And
great name.
Great name. I mean, she's white, so where did she get the Aloha part?
Right.
So
asterisk
1. And the thing about that, she was the first woman to circumnavigate the globe
in a car,
right? Something weird like that. Yeah. And so, okay, that's interesting. And then I read further, and she started working for this guy when she was 16 on cars, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And so then she started driving, and turns out the guy was 20 years older than her. And then they got married because he took her across state lines and was going to get arrested by the FBI because she was underage. So they got married. And granted, that was probably on trend for the moment.
Right. It was just in the 20s or something, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Still not comfortable. I don't care if it
was. Say hi real quick.
Hello, Bobo.
Hi, everybody.
Even if that was culturally not super inappropriate, still not okay with it. And if the FBI is after you, I assume there's more happening than just that. And then sidebar, he got shot on his yacht, their husband, the day before they left for a trip to South America, the South Seas, and nobody was ever tried for his murder. So
There's a lot.
There's a lot happening there.
Yeah.
The other thing is they kind of seemed like very white
White savior.
White savior a little bit. Like they were the first.
Maria's on.
Hi, Maria. We were talking a lot about you.
And we also shared a picture.
Yeah. They would go into they went to the Amazon and made first contact with this tribe of people and videotaped it. And you can go and watch this. I think you can find it on the internet. And while that is a fascinating piece that we have evidence of this thing happening, it's still not comfortable.
It's not good.
It doesn't feel good.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that kind of seemed to be a lot of their motivation was like, we're just gonna go around the world and find all these people and introduce whiteness to them in this creepy, grody way.
And civilization.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll civilize them. So, and maybe I'm reading too much into it. I don't know. But she got nixed.
So there's only room for 12 people.
There's only room for 12 people, and I did not need a white lady that had such a problematic.
And you want people that are inspiring.
Yeah.
It's not difficult to find 12 people that are inspiring. Yeah.
And then another thing that we were talking about in the stories was there's a white woman, the first woman national park ranger, and it happened early 1900s, mid 1900s, something like that. And I want to say it was Yellowstone or Yosemite. I always get the Y's.
One of the
mixed up.
Y's. Yeah.
Yeah. Yosemite's in California, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I think it was that one. And great. That is fantastic. There's also another park ranger, the first Black woman. I believe she's still alive and doing it in the Rosie the Riveter National Park Museum or National Park Historical Park or something like it has some other denotation about it. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so like if my preference, I would showcase that woman. Right. But, what I got kind of hung up about on the first white woman park ranger, who was a white woman, was there's so many atrocities that had happened to create the national park. So many kicking out of Native Americans and taking sacred land and resources to have the national parks. And
pushing them to areas that don't have
any of those things
as habitable.
Have been polluted, all those things. So how do we honor and celebrate and acknowledge two things? Because they're both true.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And like overarching theme, I feel like that has been my lesson this year, is that two things are true at the same time.
Yeah.
And so how do we handle that?
Yeah.
So please educate me, Shannon.
Well, it's just something that I think it's something that as you become more attuned to how the world is actually,
it's not very black and white all the time.
No, it's not. And how I think it's growth and it's also knowledge. You grow, hopefully as you get older, you grow as a person and your mind expands and you understand more things. And I think that especially when the last couple of years have been kind of an explosion of, I think of like inclusion, like kind of inclusion politics, or you know what I mean? Like things like the world that we grew up in, that these like, privileged white girls, grew up in, and whether you're privileged financially or just because you're white, you've got the privilege, has told us that the world is this one way. And as you kind of broaden your world and learn more, you realize the world's not like that, or it is like that for some people, but it's not like that for a lot of other people.
Right.
So I think just knowing that it's not as easy as choosing the first person to do something,
right,
or the first woman to do something, because we want history to mean something, and to touch people and to educate people as much as possible. So Aloha Wanderwell and the first woman park ranger, they did amazing things beyond everything else that went on in their lives or in the histories of their first at blank. Yeah, exactly. what we want for history is for it to mean something more deeply than just the surface.
Yeah.
So we're trying to choose people to honor in history that not only were the first people to do something or the first women to do something, but also that there's been a lasting impact in a positive way in our world from what they did. Always all itchy.
And there is a positive impact from that woman being hired as a park ranger. There are a couple women that follow along with their national park line, and they're like, "Oh my God, I'm a park ranger here," and I know
she's a heroine, right?
Yeah,
she's a hero.
And so not wanting to take away from that accomplishment, but how else can we acknowledge? Yeah,
and live true to the values that are important. To you as a person, to Knitted as a business. So kind of all of that to say that every woman that we talk about in history, whether or not she's perfect. Because nobody is.
No.
But it's all been really deeply thought out and discussed a lot. Which people we choose to honor. Because there are only 12 that we can choose a year.
Well, and this year too is, I think in years past we focused on the individual and an accomplishment about, so we've dug deep and told a story about the individual. And this year it's kind of more, okay, here's what they accomplished, but here's also the doors that opened.
Like what was the lasting impact of them doing this?
The first woman to drive a taxi in Pakistan, and what does that mean? Not just for that country, but that society, that culture, and that spreading out to countries around it that are focused Islamic. I don't think I'm saying that right, but and I think I can't give away all of them. But there's another woman
that's gonna be amazing,
that is white, that has this accomplishment, and so acknowledging, okay, while she is white, there are Native Americans that do this, like this is their lifestyle, this is how they live. So there's going to be a lot of asterisks, I think, this year. Of like,
it's going to be really interesting.
Yes, this happened.
Right.
Here's what happened. Here's what we've gained because of this accomplishment, and here's other people that have followed it in their steps. But also, here's kind of like the other hand of what's happening. Yeah. I'm super excited.
It's going to be super fun.
Yeah. And like we already have 2021 plans, so
it's going to be so good.
Yeah, we have so many things planned for 2020, y'all.
2020 is going to be a good year. It's a new decade. It's a new.
Okay, so not on topic. Okay, decade. Does it really end with 9 or should it end with 10?
Oh, sure. So so does it start with 9 or 0?
Right.
I think. Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like it starts. I don't know.
Everybody's celebrating it, so I can't.
I feel like it starts with 0.
I'm gonna celebrate next year when it's 1.
You're like, it's gonna be amazing. First year.
Yeah. Also, Maria said that she's listing the hangers and she'll post about it. So you heard it here first.
They're so cute.
Her Etsy shop is A Needle Runs Through It. I don't know if anything else is okay. Good.
Sometimes it doesn't go up,
doesn't scroll.
Yeah.
So if y'all have any other thoughts or want to add any comments to that, I super want to hear them. And I think, while it's sort of embarrassing, but it's just the acknowledgement of I'm white and now I understand more things for people that aren't white. Like, I feel like that's part of that conversation.
Oh yeah.
Right.
Yeah. And that's why a lot of people have been turned off by it, because it's always hard for the picture that you have about yourself to be questioned, or for you not to think that you're as good a person as you wanted to be or thought you were, Yeah. And I think by not acknowledging your privilege and acknowledging that you've been taught something that makes you comfortable instead of what's maybe the truth.
Yeah.
You are kind of opening yourself up to like being wrong.
Yeah.
Also
that this is sort of a sidebar, that there's more than one way to do something.
Yeah.
Because I think I'm learning that I'm a very rigid person in my thinking, and that, again, that black and white, or this is how you put laundry soap in the washing machine. Oh no, there's actually other ways to do that.
Yeah.
It's not your way
or the highway,
right? Yeah. There's multiple ways to make a taco. But in my head, I'm like, well, this is all I've ever seen, so this is all I ever know.
So it must be the right way to do it.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah.
I've noticed that.
Multiple times. Multiple times. I have totally put my foot in my mouth when I'm like, wait, why do you do it that way? Wait, you do it that way?
Yeah.
Learning.
Growing.
Yeah. So,
And
thanks for the
that was the
therapy.
therapy session for today.
Yeah.
But we do have to go because I am helping as my status as PTO co-president. We're running a holiday bazaar tonight.
That I'm gonna go shopping at.
Yeah, it's going to be awesome. We have last year we had 12 vendors, 12 adult vendors, and then one kid. We offer $5 tables for the kids at our school, at our elementary school. And it was the first year we ever did it. And this year we have, I think, 21 adult vendors and 6 kids.
That's awesome. Are you selling?
No, I'm too busy.
Yeah. Yeah. Understandable.
Unfortunately, I was thinking about doing a booth, and I might try next year.
Yeah.
But I have to, like, my partner and I have to run the PTO booth, and so we're selling pizza and bake sale. We're having a bake sale, and we're doing a raffle.
Oh my gosh,
it's gonna be so fun.
What time does it start?
6 to 8. It's 6 to 8 p.m.
Okay.
Yeah, at our Ventura Park Elementary School. If anybody's local, I don't think anyone is, but
also Jan PDX is open tonight and tomorrow at Jen's house. So I'm gonna run over.
Yes, and she's gonna like video chat with me so I can see what they have. Yeah. So if you are a Portlander, definitely check that out on their website or their Facebook or their Instagram. You can find their address, but they have tons of stuff and it's so amazing.
Yeah.
It's like, Lorgie and I are both drinking tea out of their mugs. I don't know where they are, but
Maria, you totally buy stuff. I don't know about you, but I have done a bazaar, like gone shopping at a marketplace or a bazaar every weekend for like the last 2 or 3 weeks.
That's amazing.
This is my last weekend of it because I am a little bazared out.
So bizarre.
It's so bizarre. And my kids are like, another one.
Yeah. Well, so at ours, last year I found a bunch of awesome stuff for myself and for the family. One of the most exciting things that we got last year, there's this local-ish family, they live somewhere in Portland, who has this board game that they made. It's called Slingshot, and we bought it, and it is so much fun. We play it all the time.
That's awesome.
And it's got, I'll show it to you after this, but it's got like photos of Oregon landmarks, and it's just a really clever game.
That's awesome.
And so they're coming back. They're donating one of their board games for the raffle. Yeah,
I can't wait to get there.
Yeah, it's really fun.
For the bazaar last weekend, I bought almost $40 worth of houseplants. So not for anybody but our house. That's the thing is I'm terrible at shopping for other people.
Yeah, well, it's so much fun to shop for yourself.
Well, and the kids were with me, and I was like, yeah, sure, you can pick out a plant.
Yeah,
because
So the neighbors are selling plants at the Mount Hood one.
Yeah. So if you are local, Mount Hood Yarn and Fiber just opened in Welch's, which is where my mother-in-law lives. So we're going to be up there Sunday, hopefully. Yeah. And there's a market up there that Deb Chicken Coop Botanicals will be at, and neighborhood kids selling plants. So go support your local folks at a bazaar.
Yeah. Support your local folks, period.
Seriously.
Speaking of, this local folk is having a sale.
Oh,
you forgot to talk about it. Birthday sale. Yeah.
Only happens not even once a year because I don't always remember.
Once every couple years.
Yeah. So 20% off everything except for Herstory. And mostly because we put so much admin work into Herstory, I can't discount it. But all the Erin Shimmer, and if a color is sold out, order the naked in the comments, tell me what color. We have next week set aside to dye anything that isn't dyed up and get it shipped out with the asterisk of we're humans. But please shop the sale because
it's amazing.
It's kind of I don't ever put anything on sale. So if you want a discount, get it.
Now's the time.
And you can join us for a January cast on with this Erin Shimmer.
I might have to do that too.
It's such a good sweater such a good sweater. All our dresses.
Yeah. It's so cute.
Yeah. So,
and she's a cutie. Tell you,
it's a cutie. So the sale's right now through Sunday, actually Monday, but Sunday. So 20% off.
20% off. No code needed.
Yep. It's ready to go. How you get there? Etsy.com/shop/knitted-wit.
Or the Knitted-wit website and then
knitted.com and shop. Yeah. So thanks for hanging out with us.
Yeah, thank you, everybody. Super fun.
Hopefully have a good holiday. We're gonna see you in January.
Yeah. And make sure you're on both of our newsletter lists to know what we're doing. Thank you, Maria.
Like and subscribe. Ding.
Yeah, make sure you subscribe to this too. All right, everybody.
You know
Bye.
what the
Thank
kids
you.
say. Thanks,
Aw.
Maria.
Bye.
Bye. Did you notice I called everything the